Refresh my memory here.
Refresh that mem.
Refresh that memory.
Right side of screen. Left side of screen. Boom. Now I can see the news and I can see Joe.
I did the same thing with you.
Which side am I on, left or right?
You're on my left.
Oh, sames.
Nice.
Is there any good news to talk about?
I mean, there's decent news. There was a lot of stuff that came out of E3, but
that's true.
none of it that I really. The only one thing that I was excited about I say excited about. Where is it? The new Bethesda game,
Starfield? New,
Starfield.
he says. New, he says.
It's new.
Been in development for like 15 years.
Yeah, but it's new.
To you.
Yeah.
We saw a teaser trailer for that in 2017 at E3, I think, or 2016 at E3. So, you know, been waiting.
Fair enough.
But it's the dude that created like Fallout and all that fun stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And Skyrim, I think.
I've watched a bunch of stuff about it, and then this one short little article on Eurogamer is really what caught my eye initially, which was the headline. Guess you could probably pretty much tell that this is a game that I'll love if it really turns out to be this. But the headline is Bethesda says Starfield will be like a Han Solo simulator. NASA meets Indiana Jones. I was like, yes, can you just take my money now?
Well, they kind of already have because it's on Game Pass.
I mean, I'm willing to pay more if I can get it faster.
You can't.
Damn it.
November of next year, right? I think it said.
11/11/2022. Yep.
Yeah, because I thought it was funny because it was 11/11/22, and I was like, that's math.
Mm-hmm.
These kids in math.
Other people have pointed that out. 11 plus 11 is 22. Coincidence? I think not.
Probably not. I did like the way they showed the date in the trailer. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
They put it on the instrument panel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's fucking cool.
The trailer looks fucking dope. Obviously, it's just a pre-rendered trailer, so we don't really know what it's going to look like, how it's going to play. Is it a first-person shooter, third-person shooter? Is it a shooter at all? Is it some sort of weird action, exploration, sci-fi game?
It's a click and react.
But I just love the description of it.
Yeah, it's a pretty good description.
Yeah.
What the hell is a Moonikin?
What's a what?
NASA's Moonikin will boldly go where no test dummy has gone before. Why is it called
that.
Why is it called Moonikin? Oh my god. Oh, okay. That's the dummy. So it's a test dummy for.
It was dressed up in one of the suits, so I wonder if it's not a test dummy for one of the suits.
It will finally make it to space this coming November in a journey that will take an Orion capsule to the moon and back. No human will take part in the inaugural Artemis mission. Oh, Artemis, that's cool. Wonder if Andy Weir's going to get any credit for that. But a soon-to-be named mannequin. Oh, Moonikin. That's why they call it a Moonikin, because it's a mannequin that's going around the moon. Clever, NASA. Wonder how many billions of dollars they spent coming up with that fucking name. Let's see. NASA's space launch system is coming along nicely, so it's only natural to start thinking about a crew, or at least a stand-in for the real crew. The actual Artemis team has already been chosen, in case you're wondering. Oh, okay, cool. Are any of them named Artemis, and are they going to live on the moon and be, technically she was a con person, right?
Yeah.
In a way?
Yeah.
Having flesh and bone humans participate in the inaugural rocket launch would have been unspeakably reckless, which is why NASA is preparing the mannequin for the mission. Interesting. So are those the new suits? Or is that a different suit?
I don't know what they're going to be using for Artemis.
Because
I know
this
they've
doesn't look
announced
like a
other
new suit.
suits, or they were in development of other suits years ago. The one that they had on the mannequin looked like one of the orange jumpsuits that they would wear
During launch, right?
while ascending during launch. Yeah,
Yeah, that's what it looks like. I'm looking at the picture right now.
but they have suits that they've had in development for like the Mars mission. I know they had three different concepts. Like, God, was that like 10 years ago or
It
something like that?
feels like it
That
was
they
10 years
did.
ago.
Yeah, they did pick one of them, but they're all basically like the Russian suit from that you read about in Project Hail Mary, the one
Yeah,
where you can get in the back.
yeah. You click in and
Yeah,
then it has a little ass cover backpack thing.
so I imagine that's the suit that they're going to be wearing on the moon when they go back.
Whenever that happens to be.
Yeah, who knows now?
Well, because this is just saying it's up and around. It's not. They're not. So they're just slingshotting the moon. They're not actually landing. Well, obviously because it's a mannequin. So it'd be weird if the mannequin was the first thing back on the moon.
First thing back on the moon. Well, I mean, China has landed a little rover on the moon in the last 5 years. I can't remember what it was called.
Oh, I guess that's true.
So there have been other things on the moon since then. And of course, this is just parroting the Apollo missions, which the first 9 of them, mm, yeah, no, 10. The first 10 didn't go to the moon. They were just tests to get to the into orbit and then go around the moon. And it wasn't until Apollo 11 that they actually landed on the moon.
Jesus, I just read. I didn't know anything about the Orion. So the Orion spacecraft will return to Earth's atmosphere at speeds reaching 6.8 miles per second, or 11 kilometers per second, which is the fastest re-entry ever for a crewed space capsule. Orion will also experience temperatures reaching 5,000 degrees Fahrenheit, or 2,706 degrees Celsius, which will be hotter than what the spacecraft endured during its 2014 test flight.
Yeah, it seems excessive.
Holy
I was wondering why
shit.
that they. I mean, obviously, you just have a mannequin on board. Maybe that's one of the things that they're testing is to see how
How
if
a human would do.
what forces that you would have. I mean, obviously, you could calculate what forces that you would have on the human body at that point in time, but is it survivable?
I don't
I
know.
don't.
That
I don't
seems
know why you would want to risk something like that.
just seems real fast for some strange reason. Okay, it does say right here. But this ain't your ordinary storefront mannequin. For this dummy, will be fitted with 2 radiation sensors to record data during the Artemis 1 flight, and wear NASA's next generation flight suit, also known as the Orion suit. So this is a different version of the spacesuit, not the walking in spacesuit, but like the flying one, apparently.
Yeah,
A pair of sensors will also be fitted to the mannequin's seat, which seems weird.
just depends on what the sensors are.
The commander's seat, no less. Duh. Hope the mannequin. Can you imagine being a mannequin and not getting the commander's seat? You know, asshole sits in the back.
You're the only mannequin on board, and you still
Don't
don't get the commander seat.
right? Like, how shitty were you? Um, to track the spacecraft's vibration and acceleration during the trip, the seat also features an emergency dampening system called the Crew Impact Attenuation System. Wait, like, maybe like inject some chemicals in the back of your head?
No,
This safety feature is currently going through qualification or blah, blah, blah. I can't talk apparently. It is like qualifications testing in anticipation of a crewed mission to the moon. Interesting.
yeah, you want to see how things work in real time.
Yeah, you can only do so many simulations until shit goes fucking south in real. Ask Kevin Bacon and them from that one movie with the moon trip and the bacon and the
And the bacon.
yeah. To verify the Artemis 2 seat and suit can limit. Okay, weird. That's pretty cool. Oh, that's the. Whoa. That's the suit right there? There's another picture on this article, Joe, that says the 2 test torsos, one of which is equipped with a new vest and protected against radiation. It looks like he's getting ready to get in a NASCAR race. What the hell? It has like... It's the front of it because that's the nose on the mannequin, but like... Oh, and that's a lady one because I think it has boobs. But there's like full-on straps. I'll send you this article. This is weird. I'm going to message. I'm going to send it to...
This is the CNN article?
No, I found this on... Oh, that's... Oh my god, I don't know how to work buttons. Really? Okay, let's try this again. Okay, we'll just do it that way. We'll just copy and paste. I don't know what's going on with that message thing on the old computer there. It's getting confused because I'm doing multiple things with certain windows. All right, so that's the article I'm looking at, the Gizmodo one. If you scroll down, you'll see
the Astro something vest.
Yeah. But the one in the back is the one I was talking about with the boobs. But look at all the straps. Yes. Like
the CNN article named her Helga.
Of course it did.
I think that's what it said.
The Phantom torsos are have names. Oh, here they go. Here's names. Yeah. There's Ace, which is a straightforward, practical, stands for Artemis Crew Explorer. Okay, fair enough. Campos, resourceful. Why? Hey, so they have personalities? What the hell's going on with these torsos?
Somebody had, just a lot of time on their hands and just wanted to sit there and do,
I don't have flying cars or fucking hover bikes because this motherfucker is busy naming things. There's Campos, which is resourceful problem solver. A dedication to Arturo Campos, key player in the bringing Apollo 13 home. There's Delos, nostalgic romantic, the island where Apollo and Artemis were born, according to a Greek myth. Okay. Duhart, warm, welcoming, a dedication to Irene Duhart Long, chief medical officer at Kennedy Space Center. Montgomery, who's a pioneer and innovator, a dedication to Julius Montgomery, first African-American to work at the Cape Canaveral Space Facility as a technical professional. Technical professional. Is that just a mechanic? What is a technical professional?
It could be a lot of different things, trust me.
That's just the name they throw around? He's probably pretty important if he's the first they're honoring him with this. Rigel or Rigel, I'm not too sure. It's probably Rigel. Bright and inspirational. The giant superstar in the Orion constellation. Oh, the one in the belt buckle, right? Okay, gotcha. Shackleton. Secretive. Abundant. A crater on the moon's south pole and a reference to a famous Antarctic explorer. I've never heard of the name Shackleton. Obviously you have because you shook your head like, oh yeah, Shackleton.
I've heard the name, yeah.
And my favorite one of this whole thing, which was Shackleton until I read this one, is Wargo. Enthusiastic, passionate, a dedication to Michael Wargo, the agency's first chief exploration scientist. Wargo is one of the greatest names I've ever heard.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
NASA will be asking social media users on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram to choose one of 2 names. Eventually, the naming brackets will be whittled down to 2, and the final winner will be announced on June 28th. And the person who wrote this says they're a fan of both Ace and Shackleton, but Montgomery is pretty cool, too. Okay, so apparently you can vote on to name the torsos. All right.
And it's one of those names.
Yeah, those are the ones that NASA has decided to let people on social media then name the torsos. So that's cool. Weird, but cool.
Yeah.
NASA's finally getting into the social media game. Not that Joe would be able to vote on it because he doesn't have any social media.
No, I don't do
like a smart person.
Right. I've always wondered how you get that type of job. Like, I just work social media for NASA or for SpaceX or for Blue Origin or any of those other ones. Like, is that just somebody that they posted somewhere and they're just like, you're in charge of our Twitter feed?
Yeah, it's probably one of those things where like they reached out to like publishers and PR people, and they're like, we need someone to do this, and they probably like, went through and said, looked for someone who had the right sensibility, because you got someone who's like a Star Trek nerd that's got to be in there somewhere, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Because if you're not, like, it's just, you're not going to fit in. I'm pretty sure you're not going to be reaching the right audience because, hello, those are the people who are going to be looking at Twitter for NASA. It's like, did you watch Space Force on Netflix?
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Their PR guy.
Oh yeah, what was?
It's God. Ben Schwartz.
Yeah,
but he is like the voice of Sonic the Hedgehog for all the people out there listening. He. I mean, that's the most well-known thing, really. I mean, he's done other things.
That he was the voice of Sonic the Hedgehog, but okay.
He also was. I want to say he was one of the recent version of DuckTales, I think, too. Not, or was it Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? I can't remember. He was on one of those. Anyways, Ben Schwartz was the PR guy, and he knew nothing about space or cared. He literally just tried to make them like look good, and it made me laugh so much. But Ben Schwartz is hilarious. Yeah, it's probably something, they're just looking for someone who's good with creating hashtags and obviously that, and obviously probably has to have like tremendous follow-up skills, because I can't imagine the nonsense getting just thrown their direction with people asking about UFOs and aliens. Not that we don't have them just dumping that information on us now, which is terrifying as well. But yeah, that's pretty cool. By the way, Suicide Squad's gonna be 2 hours and 12 minutes long.
Nice.
And tickets are supposed to go on sale soon, actually.
Nice.
That's pretty cool. And they've, not that he says it because James Gunn's never going to give anything away, but he did mention he confirmed there's a end credit scene.
Cool.
Coming soon, popularity. Like I care what your popularity is. Release dates. Done. I do not want to buy tickets for that. Or watch a trailer. Jesus. Hitman's Bodyguards, or Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard, just had, hey, tickets are available. I don't give a fuck. A movie's gonna be funny, but I'm not gonna go see it in theaters. Unless all of us.
That's another one that hits streaming it like same day, right?
Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe. Is it an HBO Max one, or is it somewhere else in?
Yeah, I don't remember.
Fathom Events is doing the African Queen's 70th anniversary. That's pretty cool. Been a while since I've seen that movie. Am I drunk? Oh, it's August 6th. Why did I think it was July? Tickets are not available yet, according to Fandango, at least. It's really funny. So, you know how, like, Disney was pissing people off with, like, whole, like, Premier Access thing? Like, you can get it at home for Premier Access. They did it with, the first one was Mulan, right? And people like in theaters were like, this is bullshit. Like, you're not giving us revenue. Like, obviously, like, revenue is shit right now because pandemic is shutting you down or whatever, right? Then HBO comes out and does the same thing. Like, they're like, all of our 2021 movies are going to be streaming the same day for 31 days or 32 days, whatever, how long it is. And people are like, oh, this is some bullshit. Every single theater, though, has HBO movies, those HBO Max movies, day one tickets available early, but Disney's like hard pressed to get tickets ahead of time. And like I was like maybe a few days before the release I can get Disney tickets. I was like, y'all, and they still have HBO Max stuff in the theaters. Like when we went and saw, Paige and I went and saw the double feature when we saw Conjuring 3 and Spiral, they were still playing like Godzilla vs. Kong. And that shit literally just came out on Blu-ray, DVD like last week or whatever. Yeah. And I was like, God damn, all right guys. Whatever.
So no, Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard is not streaming same day. There's no announcement of release date.
Okay. I was like, man, I didn't realize that was one, but I mean that would be cool. So I don't have to like go see it in theaters because I just don't. Sometimes comedies just aren't the best in theaters. Like that's an action comedy, but I was like, I don't know about that.
I really enjoyed the first one. I would see it in a theater.
I like how he paused in the middle of saying that. Like maybe I wouldn't. Don't get me wrong. I actually did.
Like I really did enjoy the first one, but maybe I wouldn't.
See, that's the thing.
Well, the problem is that it's not that much of a spectacle to actually go see in a theater.
That's what I'm saying. It's an action comedy, but it's not like, that big of a draw, I guess.
Yeah.
Like I really enjoyed the first one. I thought it was very clever. I thought it was very funny. Didn't have a formulaic ending. I mean, it was a buddy movie, obviously not buddy cop movie because neither of them were cops. But it's like it was fun. It was adventurous. Blah blah blah. But it's like also that seems like something should be on Netflix or like Hulu or Amazon. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I suppose you could contrast it very much so with something like Ryan Reynolds' other movie that I think is coming out this year. Should be coming out this year. What's it called? Man Up, Single Man,
Free Guy.
Free Man.
Free Guy.
Free Man.
Free Guy.
Free Guy.
Because his name is Guy, and they're trying to free him.
Yeah.
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 Did you watch the new trailer for that, by the way?
Not that I can think of, no.
They released a new one like last week or whatever. I don't think I sent it to you guys because I'm a bad person. But it looks really. It adds more to it. Like gives you a little more of the story. Not that the other one didn't tell you what was going on, but this one tells you exactly what's going on in the trailer, or in the movie. Not like ruining the movie. It might be ruining the movie for you because they do tell you like basically they're trying to delete him in the game so he doesn't ruin everything. But like it has more of like the interaction between him and the girl, and then you find out like obviously she's a player in the game and he's obviously not, and things like that. It looked pretty funny, or it looks funny still.
Seems like more like of a spectacle type of movie that I'd like to see because it has just crazy shit going on in the trailer that probably would look pretty cool on the large screen.
Yeah, for sure. For show. For show.
Bow show, he says.
So yeah, that's fun. What else is on here?
I saved an article for the Cowboy Bebop movie show on Netflix, and now I'm trying to remember why.
Well, they just
because there's a lot of stuff that we already know in the article.
Yeah.
They did make mention that Radical Ed, or Ed, as she was just known in the show, will make an appearance in the show. Will be in the show. They just haven't announced casting for her yet.
Really?
Uh-huh.
What about Ein, though? That's very, very important. You can't have one without the other.
Oh, Ein's already been announced.
Oh, really?
You didn't see the commercial for Ein? The trailer? It was like shot from like a dog's perspective, like walking around, and then he meets the rest of the cast. Yeah,
I did not see that.
They've already put that out. That was last year sometime.
Oh, really? I missed that one then. Maybe it was my avoiding of stuff.
Actually, that might have been earlier than last year because I think that was before John Cho hurt his knee, leg, ankle, whatever it was.
Something on his body where they had to stop shooting, and then he went and did voice working instead.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, John Cho.
Yeah, right. I do find it pretty interesting that they also announced another character from the show. It was the there was an episode with I can't remember what planet they were on. I think it was like, or not even a planet. It was one of the moons of Saturn. I think it was that they were on, where they meet this sax player, and they've already casted that person. Let's see. So the character's name is Granicia Mars Elijah Guo Eckner, also known as
God bless
Gren,
you.
right? The actor playing him is Mason Alexander Park. So they've already announced that character. So that pretty much means that they're going to do that small story arc there, which is kind of weird to announce. Well, I know why they announced it, because they've officially announced that character is a non-binary character, which back when this show was made wasn't really a thing.
Yeah.
So this is an LGBTQ plus actor playing a non-binary character from the show.
Oh, I think I saw this when they were talking about, because it was announced. That was not announced last week. Announced last week. I can't fucking talk.
Yeah,
when they did the Netflix Geek thing, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember seeing that. I didn't know that's who that person was, though. Like that character. That's pretty cool.
But it's cool. It just also because that means that they're going to be doing at least some of the stories from the actual show.
Yeah.
What else from here? There was another thing. There will be 10 episodes in the first season, which is a little bit of a break, I believe, from what Netflix usually does, which is only 8 episodes, right?
8 to 13. Hey, so here's something weird. I knew that name sounded familiar. That actress, that thespian. I don't know how to say that. It's gotta be thespian. Anyways, Mason Alexander Park is playing Desire in The Sandman.
Yeah,
that's why I knew that. I was like, I just talked about this person the other day, and now I know why. They were on iCarly too. Wonder if they're coming back for iCarly. I was looking at IMDb because I was like, this name sounds familiar and I don't know why, and that's the reason why. So that's 2 Netflix shows that person's on. Potentially massive, no less.
Right. Hopefully they'll get greenlit for more episodes. I'm hoping that they pretty much, for this show, that they pretty much stick to the storylines of the original, because that's what made, they were really cool storylines. Yoko Kanno is coming back to do the soundtrack for the show.
Yeah, that's pretty rad.
And that's going to be dope. That I believe she's already done some original content for it as well. And it'll be out this fall. They didn't give a date here. They just say fall 2021.
Yeah. I know they wanted to do it summertime, but obviously the delay in production because of the injury to John Cho. There was something else. I'm trying to see if they named the dog that plays Ein. Oh, here we go. Oh, that's adorable. Additionally, characters Edward, Radical Ed, Wong Hao, Pablo, that name is ridiculous, and Ein will also be appearing in the show. The latter is being played by a dog actor named after the character. So the dog's actual name is Ein, which probably makes it easier to, obviously work with the live animal.
Around, yeah. That's dope. I didn't know that the dog's name was actually Ein.
Oh, they already casted Vicious.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit. Who's this guy?
Oh, he's done some stuff that I can't remember what it was, though.
English actor Axel. His name is Axel Hassel. Awesome name. Suburbicon. Oh, he was in that movie with Captain America, Red Sea Diving Resort. Robin Hood, Torchwood. Oh, okay, well, an episode of Torchwood. Good fucking luck trying to find that person.
Right.
Holy shit! It's translucent from The Boys.
Yeah, that's who it was.
That's hilarious. That's so awesome. That's pretty rad. Well, good for him. He gets to be seen on camera this time.
For more than a couple seconds, and then doesn't get exploded.
Yeah.
At least not the first, couple of episodes. But yeah, I have a lot of hope for this show. And the final thing is that Shinichiro Watanabe, the original creator of Cowboy Bebop, is overseeing it. So I have a lot of hope for that. This is going to be the Netflix live action anime show that's actually going to do good.
So the good news, though, is this person who wrote it is actually the guy who helped write both Thor Ragnarok and Dark World.
Yes, Christopher Yost.
Yeah, and because he's done a lot of comic book stuff too, which is cool. So that's good.
Yeah.
He at least has a foot in it. Oh yeah, he did the Scarlet Spider book. That was a good one. Until they fucking killed him, but whatever. That's exciting. I did not know that. I gotta look up that trailer of Ein running around. That's pretty funny.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, there's so much behind this show that that it just gives me so much hope that it's going to actually be a good show, and then hopefully there's not any other unknown issues behind it that cause it to get canceled for season 2 or anything like that. Not to name names, Jupiter's Legacy.
Yeah, no shit. They wow, they have a lot of really weird people. Not weird, but they have a lot of characters casted that I did not think they were gonna reach out to just yet. But I guess the first season of Cowboy Bebop was it the first season that was shorter?
They only had one season. It was 26 episodes. They called it,
or a story arc, I should say. Story arc was the first story arc was the shortest, right? It was like 3 episodes or something. Anyhow, Jeff Stoltz is gonna play Chandler's, who's the detective, and the ISSP, who's the ex-partner of Jet. That's pretty cool. Rachel House is Mal. Gren is in it, which is going to be pretty cool to have that being played out in here. So I wonder how much they're covering with this first 10 episodes.
Well, they've... And I don't think that in this article that I saw that they had also casted Julia, which was Spike's girlfriend. So we know at least that we're possibly going to get a hint into his past.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, right there. A beautiful, mysterious woman from Spike's past who has a complicated history with both him and Vicious.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to touch on the movie stuff.
Yeah, so I'm thinking that they're going to try and probably get a good chunk of it in, and I think I read it somewhere else as well that it sounds like they're going to try and get a good chunk of the story in, just in case they don't get picked up for another season, that they have at least something cohesive, in a single season.
Yeah. October 2019 is when they did the point of view of Ein, showing off some of the sets. Oh, that's when they showed I remember this one now, because it showed a bunch of people's ankles.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I remember that now. Yeah. I remember watching that. That was pretty. It was 2 years ago, so almost 2 years ago, year and a half ago.
Jeez.
Did you? I need to go look up the. So it says here that. Part of the marketing campaign was in June 2021, a new teaser set to the original show's opening theme, Tank, to announce that, because I wonder if there probably doesn't have any footage though, right? It's probably just like words or whatever. I wonder if that's the one they released during their panel they did during the Netflix Geek Week.
Maybe I haven't seen that.
Well, yeah, because for some god-awful reason, they didn't break them up after they did them. Only certain ones got teasers released. They're like 3 or 4 hours long. I mean, you have to scrub through all of them. I'm like, oh, you guys are terrible.
Right.
I don't know whose decision this was, but that person needs to be fucking kneecapped. And fired, maybe, I guess, would be the better version, but kneecapped works too. Does it say who's directing it? No, not yet.
Oh, who has directed it?
Yeah, or who has directed, I should say, yeah.
Actually, I don't remember if it said who did.
This doesn't say anything here. It says developed by, has the composer, has the writer, has a ton of executive producers. But I do not see anything
I
about.
never even thought of that.
Yeah, no, it doesn't say anything about director or directors. Interesting. Interessante, as some would say.
That's weird. IMDb says just in the little blurb that they didn't announce a director.
Be real weird to see how those episodes are being made without a director.
Right?
You know, weirder things have happened.
What the hell is it?
I don't know.
Fine.
I do not know.
That is not how you spell director.
James Gunn
That's
calls
not also-
Suicide Squad a war caper movie with shitty supervillains. That's hilarious.
Yeah. Anyway, had to
Anywho,
find it later. Bum, bum, bum.
he says.
So admittedly, I didn't read this article. I meant to read it. I saved it to read it, and then I totally forgot about it. But Netflix announced that they're doing a Captain Laserhawk, a Blood Dragon remix anime.
What?
Yeah, it's the Far Cry Blood Dragon. They're doing an anime based off of it.
Oh my glob. What? Really? That shit's gonna be bonkers.
Oh, seriously.
I loved that DLC.
Two new Far Cry animated series. One comes from the Castlevania producer Adi Shankar.
Oh shit. Okay.
The first project is titled Captain Laserhawk, a Blood Dragon remix, which is inspired by the Far Cry 3 expansion Far Cry Blood Dragon.
Hell yes.
Yeah. Basically, let's see. Adi Shankar went on Twitter saying, Ubisoft allowed me to create a new universe for them that acts as a Blood Dragon remix of all Ubisoft properties. Think Captain N, the Game Masters, but good, or the Bootleg Universe short films without copyright infringement.
It's good because
That's fantastic.
because you know who that is, right? Besides the producer of the Castlevania cartoon.
No, not off the top of my head.
So he's the guy who made that rated R Power Rangers short film with Casper Van
really?
Dien. That's him. Yeah, that's that dude.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. That's good times right there.
Yeah, I read that headline. I knew you'd love that.
Yes.
It doesn't mention what the second one is. It just says the second Far Cry project is said to be a separate adult anime series. It's based on the first-person shooter game franchise with the same name, so it'll be based off of Far Cry itself, it sounds like. With each game revolving around the main character working against a fearsome dictator that controls a particular island or isolated region. So it literally just sounds like a Far Cry.
That's pretty cool. Shit, give me live action versions using the games. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, right?
Speaking of Far Cry, did you see the announcement they made during E3 for Far Cry 6?
With the new Far Cry 6?
Blah, 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 blah.
I've seen a bunch of stuff on it, yeah. But I
So
don't know
they announced the season pass. duh, because every game has a season pass. And the
Right.
first DLC that is with as it should be for most games, it is post game. So everything you beat it, and that's when the DLC should be played, not
Right.
there before. But it's going to be called The Villains, and you get to play from the viewpoint of the 3 villains from 3, 4, and 5.
Right.
And it's this basically progression thing where basically you go through their twisted view of the world, and you continue going until you die, and it resets, and you have to use what you learn to further go. And I was like, okay, I'm in. I don't even give a shit. Let me go. And that's just bonkers to do. And I was like, yes, I would like that, please.
It does immediately sound pretty cool. I will admit I'm not 100% sold on getting the new Far Cry game yet, at least, just because it feels like the previous Far Cry game. It's kind of starting to have the same effect that Fallout games or the
Assassin's
Bethesda
Creed.
games. No, but I mean like Bethesda games in general. Like one of the biggest complaints I had about Outer Worlds, which got a sequel by the way,
Yeah.
is literally just a reskin of other Fallout games. Like it didn't even look different. Animations and stuff were literally exactly the same. It's just a reskin and a new story. So if I don't know,
Fallout
so
in
that's all I'm
space.
saying is that it just feels like more of the same. That's it. I know there's different guns and stuff, and some of the more powerful weapons, I guess, like you can get the backpacks that shoot rockets or like had an electrical area of effect, electrical attack. There was another one, flamethrower, I think it was.
Yeah, there's mortars, flamethrower, some other ones or whatever. It's weird. Did you play New Dawn? Wait, when was the last one you played?
No, I didn't play New Dawn. The last one I played was
5?
Far Cry 5.
Okay.
And then the first DLC for it, which was the moon one.
Yeah, that was
or
fun. The space
Mars
one? Yeah.
Yeah, space one.
That one's real fun. And they did announce that playing the Villains DLC will unlock items in game for Far Cry 5, because it's going to obviously be a continuous open world just like the other ones were. But yeah, in New Dawn, it was a sequel, spoiler alert, to the aftermath of 5. So the nukes went off
some years later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And their whole thing was basically hodgepodging weapons together to make things like buzzsaw guns and blah, blah, blah. This is doing the same thing, but in like a more modern Cuba-like area.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm pretty excited about it just because I do like the Far Cry games. New Dawn was fun. The problem is the main game was very short and felt more like a DLC, kind of like how Primal was after that followed 3 or 4. 4? It was after 4.
I followed 4, I believe.
Yeah, and it's the same thing. They shouldn't have charged you $60 for the game for sure. But it was still fun. The best part about New Dawn was the going on the helicopter to new areas because they were like procedurally generated, and you could go and do different things like kill people on a roller coaster and things like that. It was pretty fun. But I'm pretty excited about 6 because it looks pretty gnarly, and I want to kill someone with CDs.
I will say the one thing that I do now remember about 6 that they did announce is that you could have different animal companions, and some of them were pretty hilarious.
Yeah, you have an alligator,
the alligator or crocodile or whatever it was.
There's the little helper doggy that has the wheels for feet,
which is what I would have if I played the game, and that was adorable.
There was another one there.
Wasn't there like a tiger or something? Or
there's a fucking fighting cock, a rooster.
Yes.
Yeah, I was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna kill a guy with a cock.
Right.
That's amazing. Or a person. I'm not gonna say just a guy. That sounds super gay.
Yeah.
Which is fine if that's what you're into. I'm just saying I'm not gonna just kill men with my fighting cock.
Yes,
I'm gonna kill everything.
Equal opportunity killer.
Yes.
Yes.
Justice bringer, Joseph.
Yes. Sorry, Justice bringer.
Yeah. So that's gonna be fun. And Giancarlo Esposito is the bad guy in it, so that's pretty cool.
That is pretty dope. I will admit that is pretty fucking dope.
And if I'm not mistaken, I don't think they officially announced this, but like everyone was kind of like, not everyone. There was a lot of people like, oh, the main character is a girl. I'm like, I don't think it is, because if you watch the release trailer, the character's name is Danny, and at one point they show a male character going through the same cutscenes.
So you're thinking that you have the ability to choose?
Yeah, you'll be able to choose male or female, and the name will still be Danny because Danny is a unisex name, just depending how you spell it.
Yeah.
So
that makes
that makes me happy
that they're kind of getting into that stuff, especially since they showed off that there will be third person elements to it. So you're walking around one of the safe areas and it cuts to a third person view, or you're using one of the specialty backpack weapons, and I think it cuts to a third person view as well. Although I haven't seen if they announced that you could like actually shoot and fight in third person.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's probably, well, I know when they showed the backpack thing, it was third person, like it zoomed out.
Right.
And like,
that's
blah,
what
blah,
I mean.
blah.
Like the specialty stuff, they showed third person view, but I don't know if they announced at all whether there's going to be a third person actual shooting.
Yeah.
But whatever. Honestly, besides that stuff, there really wasn't. I mean, there's still a lot of stuff that's come out of E3 for various things. Oh, actually, there was one more thing that I thought was pretty cool, and that was Metroid
Dread.
Yeah.
I pre-ordered that shit.
You already pre-ordered that shit?
Fuck yeah, I did.
The initial trailer sounded really cool because it seemed like we have Samus, and now she's being hunted by something, and it just shows that one little bit where she's like running away from something, and well, actually in the pre-rendered trailer, she's like shooting it, and it's like, nah, your shit doesn't do shit to me.
Nah, dog.
And she's just like, well, I gotta run, and just cheeses it out there, and then it cuts to the side-scrolling in-game video where she's jumping around, just barely running away from this thing. I was getting anxiety just watching that little bit right there, just like, yeah, get away. So yeah, I'm stoked about that. I was hoping that they would have announced a Switch Pro, because that's kind of what I'm waiting for to dive into the Switch, because because the Switch has already been out for a while now.
Yeah,
they've already done one minor ish upgrade to it. My luck is that I would finally commit to be like, okay, I'm gonna get a Switch so I can play fucking Metroid Dread.
15 days later they announced the Pro,
and then they're going to immediately announce the Pro. That's going to be like, it's got an OLED screen, better battery life, and it's going to be able to output 4K video to your TV. And I'll just be like, I fucking hate you guys. Hate so much.
Yeah, I agree, though. That's probably what's going to happen. So I was waiting for you to buy one. I'm like, oh, well, here comes the Pro. As soon as Joe gets it. I don't know. It's weird because like someone said like, don't expect the Pro until like next year, and I was like, but what about now? I do know why. One of the reasons probably though is because of the chip situation and trying to actually get parts to make it, because it goes through NVIDIA, right?
Yeah, I believe it has the Tegra chip in it.
Yeah. So NVIDIA is obviously struggling to get their own products on the market, or on the shelves for people to buy.
Struggling to get their own products that they're still announcing to the on the shelf.
Yeah. So much so they went back through and they already released the TI series of the cards, but they had to stagger the release, and like they're even more limited quantities than the Founder editions. And I was like, shouldn't that be the other way around? Why even release it,
guys?
Yeah, just like get your shit together.
Make the stuff that you already have announced. Don't release new stuff that's just going to muddy the market even more, and it's still going to be difficult to get a hold of. But whatever. I don't PC game. It's an annoyance, but I don't PC game, so I don't really care. But anyway, digressing a little bit here. Yeah, that was the only thing from E3 that I really watched, that I really saw, that I really cared about at all. I mean, there was some cool stuff in PlayStation as well, but I don't have a PlayStation, and I don't really plan on buying one anytime soon. Saw
Yeah.
new footage of Horizon Zero Dawn 2 or whatever it's also called. Horizon
Yeah, whatever that one's called.
looks gorgeous.
Yeah.
It
Oh yeah.
does.
And the first
Uh,
game was awesome, but I don't have a PlayStation 5 yet, so I can't play the game I want to play, which is Ratchet and Clank and the new Spider-Man game. So suck it.
yeah, the new Ratchet and Clank game looks pretty dope. I
Yeah.
would definitely have that if I had a PlayStation 5.
Yeah, I would too. I'd have it already. I've been playing it, but I don't because guess what? I still don't have a PlayStation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. E3, I kind of knew E3 was going to be lackluster at best, but that's because we're in a we're technically still in a launch year of consoles, and we all know that as soon as consoles launch, it's kind of a shit show for games right away. Because the hardware is not out and fully tested yet, and some of the games are too early in development. Even though like people have been working on Series X games for like the last 4 or 5 years. But yeah, no, there isn't much out of E3 that I was like super stoked about. Metroid for sure was one of them. A lot of cool shit. Like if you're a Game Pass subscriber, just the amount of shit that's coming out to that platform for free, essentially, or as part of it.
And
Is just
admittedly, there was
mind-boggling.
another game on that's going to be launching on there for. I think it's going to be launching on there. It's that weird Blade Runner is game that I think they called it a 2.5D side scroller. Fuck, what was it called? Re something.
Oh, I
No, I
think I know
can't
what you're
remember.
talking about.
That looked dope too. But yeah, like everything that they were announcing, as you were saying for Game Pass, it's like hitting Game Pass. Brand new stuff hitting Game Pass. I think even Starlight or Star,
Starfield's
what
gonna
was
be
that
on
name?
there.
Starfield is going to even hit Game Pass because
Well,
it's a Bethesda project.
yeah.
All next year, all of it's next year.
Well,
Like that's really cool, guys. All of it's next year.
did you see all the stuff they did drop
You really
on
think
Game
that there
Pass
was
though?
what?
Did you see what they did drop on Game Pass though? All the Bethesda games are like now on there,
Yeah,
even like the older ones.
yeah.
So much stuff on there, and all the Yakuza games, which is pretty cool.
Well, they already had a bunch of Yakuza games. They just dropped one more.
The
on
newest
there.
one.
The new one. Yeah.
I'm trying to find
And
that.
I've never played those games. I've heard they're really good. I've just never gotten to the desire to actually play them.
Well, now you have a chance to play them if you want.
I have the chance to play them.
I know what game you're talking about. I saw it and I said the same thing. And I showed the trailer page and I was like, "This game looks fucking rad."
It looks rad, and I just wish that they would have talked a little bit more about or at all, because no game review site that I saw knew anything about how the actual controls, because they were showing the main character doing like in combat shooting, just flourishing gun left and right, is that actual in game shooting, or is that more of a cutscene type thing? Because it's hard to tell with those pixel art type games.
Yeah.
Reload E3
Something or other. There wasn't. Comicbook.com had a list of all the stuff that Xbox announced, and now I cannot find that list of stuff.
replaced.
Oh, is that
That's
it?
what was replaced. Yeah.
Nope, that's just the Bethesda shit that dropped. I want that mini fridge though.
Mini fridge?
You didn't hear that? You didn't see that announcement? They're actually
No, I
selling an
didn't see an
Xbox Series X mini fridge this holiday. Like a real one.
Because I know we talked about in the past that Xbox fridge
Yeah.
that they manufactured for fun.
Yeah, but they're gonna release, I don't know, limited quantities probably of what it is, but it's a mini fridge shaped like the Series X, and it glows green and even has a light up button on it.
That's I don't know what to think about that.
So
Somebody's
funny.
gonna like it. Oh, there it is right there. World premiere. It literally looks like the fridge.
Yeah.
Or like the Xbox.
It's hilarious. Where? Oh my god! I don't know where that thing with the list of the stuff went, but whatever. I don't want to look it over anyways. E3 for the most part, I knew was going to be kind of a letdown in general, especially since like EA announced their own thing in July, and then Xbox then announced their own thing later in July too, for like another like release stuff, which is probably going to give us an actual like date for certain things. So like E3 was like a preview of, hey, we're going to do the other things. Like I think even Ubisoft has a thing coming out like in July too.
And I should say, I know I mentioned Horizon Zero Dawn, but like Sony didn't even have a thing for E3, and I guess they haven't for the past like since like 2018 was the last time that they did it. But again, they have something announced in July that they're going to be doing themselves.
Yeah, it's real weird.
Yeah.
So strange. I don't know where that went. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you think. Yeah, no, that's about it. There was something I was going to talk to you about on this here episode, and I forgot what it was.
Well, the only other thing that I have saved is the Neil Blomkamp concept for more concept photos or concept art, I should say, had been released for what would have been Neil Blomkamp's Alien. It says Alien 5, but actually it would have erased Alien 3 and Alien Resurrection, or at least ignored the events of those. So it would have taken place directly after Alien 2, James Cameron's Aliens movie, and been something really totally cool. Because like right here in this art piece, it looks like it shows, and I believe they had shown other artwork where you had Sigourney Weaver wearing like an alien suit.
Yeah, like an armor
like
set.
It looked like an alien. The artwork here makes it look more like a queen alien, which is pretty cool. But it harkens back to the old Alien action figures. There was a character, and I think his name was Apex, that actually had an alien suit that he would wear. The thing was dope. And then, of course, they all came with like little comic books explaining them from Dark Horse. So if they could have done something with that, God, that would have been awesome to see. But we're not getting it.
Oh, here's something interesting.
What?
So the artist who did the storyboards and stuff, he released them on his Instagram.
Yeah.
Okay.
There were a couple more than just what that article, or at least one more than just that one article had.
There's a bunch.
Had shown. Where's the link to the Instagram?
Yeah, here's one of someone putting a suit on. Here's a dude getting crushed by a door. There's the alien queen face off with her in the armor. There's a big old fucking city with crazy looking buildings. Looks to be alien. The facehugger eggs in front of some kind of tubes.
That one image with the dude who has the tail coming out the back.
Yeah,
or coming out the front from the back.
Yeah, that's not good.
Not good at all. That dude's not going to be in the sequel. Not going to be in this one either, though.
Oh shit! So this shit would have been on Earth.
I don't know. I don't remember if they announced specifically where it was going to take place.
Whoa. That's unsettling.
What could have been?
Yeah, right? Bunch of horse shit.
Yep.
Ew.
You, he says. What
You
are
see the one where the
about?
dude's trapped under the door and the like snake-like alien thing goes inside of him?
Mm, I don't
Ew.
see a snake alien thing.
So go there. If you go down, there's one where the dude's trapped under a door. You can scroll to other pictures if you click on the little arrow on the right, and you'll see the little worm thing, snake thing, whatever you want, eel almost, going up to him. And the next one, there's a slit, and he's grimacing, and it looks like it goes inside of him.
Do you have to be signed into Instagram in order to view that?
No, I'm on movieweb.com. They just posted links to this dude's Instagram.
Oh, okay, I see. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Wow,
and then
that is
not good,
entirely disturbing.
right? And I think the one where the dude's pulling the thing out of him, I think that's the same idea. I think that's the worm thing, like all up inside of him.
So it's not actually going from the back to the front. It's actually it's literally being pulled out from him.
Yeah, because doesn't look like there's anything on his back. He just looks like he's.
But like I was thinking maybe it could be off screen somewhere. But yeah, that explains that.
Or actually, I guess it could be because there's what looks to be an egg in front of him. I wonder if he's holding it and it like shoots itself into him and like just like the blood splattering out of him and he's about to get eviscerated.
Ooh, that's another good one. Yeah, we have a totally new type of alien facehugger. This is the belly burrower.
Yeah, right. It's kind of like what they did in the Prometheus movies, with like the one that went in the dude's eye. Which is, I mean, there's a whole. I mean, we could go down a whole rabbit hole of what makes them different, and the fact that like one iteration of the xenomorph could be different because of whatever was that it infected.
Host was.
Yeah, because like that's why Prometheus aliens look different than aliens from Alien and Aliens do, is because the ones we see were based on humans, and the other ones were based on the not architects. What do they call them? The engineers. So they're gonna have different structures, like that one that was inside when she did the whole operation on itself, and later on you see it and it comes out and it attacks. I'm like, you should kill that thing and everything around it, because it's terrifying. I'm gonna have to look at this dude's Instagram to see what else this dude has on there, because that's cool.
I apologize. It's not the Ajax suit; it's the ATAX suit.
ATAX suit. There you go, buddy. Look at you researching.
Yeah, somebody on Instagram posted. I'm curious, is Neil that massive of a fan that he brought in the ATAX suit?
Probably. It's Neil Blomkamp, dude.
Dude, right?
He made a whole studio of things to make movies based on weird shit.
Movies, yeah.
Like, come on, dude. And those short films are better than most sci-fi movies that come out. You know what I mean?
Dude, those short films have such good CG, and all of his movies have had such really good CG in them that are just oddly lower budget than what most big budget CG movies are.
Yep. Anyhow, all right. Well, that's it for.
That was the last thing that I had for today.
All right, cool.
I can't think of anything else. Didn't save anything else.
I saved stuff, but I didn't save a whole lot of it. And it shows up.
Your phone still doing that thing?
Nah, it shows up now. I don't know what happened, but
that's good.
They show up on the computer as well as the phone and the iPad actually now too. I saw that. I was like, I was looking at my iPad today, not just playing games on it. I know, weird, right?
Yeah. Right?
So I guess comes naturally. We are
Joe.
I am Cody, and that's it for this week's episode, everybody. As usual, you fuckers just came naturally.
Yeah. Bye.